In every respect, the Up is very much a proper Volkswagen, just a smaller one. This model has enabled the German brand to seize the initiative in the important city car sector and continues to set a high standard for contenders in this class, especially in this much improved guise. Frugal, fun, clever and competitively priced, it's a key contender, not only for those in the market's smallest segment, but also for people buying a compact car of any kind.
On the move, the first thing you might notice if you're familiar with other city cars in the class is that the Up rides with an accomplished demeanour. Decent refinement means that it's also a better bet than most rivals in the segment should the need arise for undertaking a longer trip. But of course, as with any urban runabout, this Volkswagen's real comfort zone lies within the city limits. Here, it's helped by a light steering setup and a tight 9.8 metre turning circle. Plus, there's the fact that the boxy dimensions make parking very simple. Under the bonnet, the main news with this revised range is the addition of a 90 PS turbo TSI 1 litre 3-cylinder petrol engine that we're trying here. A unit that provides far greater pulling power through the gears and can deliver 60.1 mpg on the combined cycle and 108 grams per kilometre of CO2. Because this power plant's limited to top spec models though, it's likely that the majority of Up customers will continue to choose the normally aspirated 1 litre 3-cylinder petrol units that the car was originally launched with. As before, these generate either 60 or 75 PS, and there's the option of a rather jerky ASG robotised automatic gearbox if you want it. Plus, eco-minded folk can opt for an all-electric E-Up variant. The friendliness of a Beetle, the rational perfection of a Golf. Now that was the rationale behind the look and feel of the original version of this car, and not much has changed with this revised model. The updates, such as they are, mainly centre on minor changes to the front end, where the black trimming that surrounds the revised bumper has been squared off at each corner to create a slightly more mature look. Both 3 and 5-door models have an identical 3.6 metre length, and they feature a wheelbase that's able to take up nearly 2.5 metres of that, which is why, though an Up is no longer than, say, a Fiat 500, it offers far more room inside. Comfortable space, in fact, for the 4 fully sized adults who could never comfortably fit in the apparently space-efficient Italian car. Now, how's this been done? Well, by shortening the front and rear overhangs as much as the designers dared, something only possible at the front by mounting the radiator alongside rather than in front of the very compact engine. As we'll see, the result is a TARDIS-like interior that's just as big as that of Volkswagen's far pricier Polo Super Mini. Let's give you one example of how that plays out. Let's move to the rear with its subtly redesigned tail lamps and check out the luggage space on offer. You don't get quite as much as was offered in this car's pre-2012 predecessor, the Fox, but open the glass tailgate, it's apparently styled to look like a flat-screen TV. And as long as you can lump your stuff over this rather high sill, you'll find 251 litres of space. Time to take a seat up front, where probably the key change to this revised model lies in its redesigned range of infotainment systems. Now, all variants now get a DAB radio, and most of the better spec models feature this composition colour setup with its 5-inch touchscreen. Finally, let's take a look in the back. The Up's boxy dimensions means that the roof doesn't taper towards the rear, so there's just as much headroom in the back as there is in the front. For short to medium length trips, though, the space you get, not only for your head but also for your knees and legs, is fine. And it further helps this bench is positioned slightly higher up than the front seats to give rearward folk a better view out. Overall then, this is the embodiment of friendly functionality behind a badge that you might have thought you couldn't afford. With potential cleverness you almost certainly won't be expecting from something city car sized. The continued thumbs up then. Yeah, that's about the size of it.